Good everybody, it's cool, awesome. This is the nightly dose. This is episode 3. Today we have some phenomenal people with us today. Today's episode is Picture Perfect, where we'll be giving a spotlight to models, photographers, and videographers in the 757 area. So everybody give it up for our panel. Let's introduce each other, starting this way.
And first, okay. The roles have switched. I'm Sierra Singh. I'm a model and creative from Long Island, New York. Graduated from Norfolk State, and I also own my own natural skincare line called Raw Beauty Co. So shop Raw Beauty Co. Yeah.
So I'm next. Hey, it's your boy Kees, owner of NSB Photography, Instagram _King NSB. Just gotta throw that little tag in there. I do everything camera-wise, videos, pictures, specialize in pictures, graphic design, photo design, album covers, anything you do with a camera or Photoshop, I can do it. So if you need your boy, holla at me.
Most people know me by Mid, Tar0 Mid. Kind of like a Bryce I'm kind of like a multifaceted shooter, but I do a lot of things that's mostly fashion based. I work with more designers and models and stuff like that rather than music artists. But sometimes I tap into video work depending on who I'm working with. And I've done a little bit of modeling. I've done one runway show. I'm not the best walker, but yeah. So I'm just more of like all around visual arts.
Alright, my son. How y'all doing? I'm Tar0. I'm a photographer, mainly a videographer. I'm from out here. That's about it.
So welcome you guys. You know, we have an amazing show coming out today. So we're gonna start it off with, you know, the question of the day, and I want to know you guys' worst shooting experience, whether it was...
Let me get started.
Justin, come on.
I don't really think it was like one experience, but like I know a lot of times when I'm filming and they homies there trying to be the director, but they don't know what they're talking about. I'm like, just let me do my job, or like that post I made the other day. Not getting this B-roll, like let me do what I came here to do, and you just chill out on the side or whatever.
I think my worst shooting experience, I was shooting a music video, and it just, I think the thing that gets to me the most is like when you shooting with people and working on their own stuff, and it's like you take your stuff more seriously than they take their own stuff. Yeah. So it's kind of like trying to pull teeth with people. Right. And I remember one time I think I was shooting a music video, and it was like the artist I was shooting, they were just like too lit, like too drunk to like. Yeah, so it was like, but it was alright. I mean, we still got a final product at the end of the day. It wasn't what I envisioned, but so that's pretty much
made something work.
Yeah, so it's just like we going through stuff like that, on and off with different people. You can come across many experiences and stuff like that. So yeah.
Of course. And I do a lot of modeling stuff because of the area that we're in, but I want to say it's not even like the shooting part, it's like the afterwards when you give people like images and then they alter it. They put filters
they put that double filter out there.
Turn it black and white for no reason. I'm like, I sat here and color coded this to the T, and then you go turn it black and white.
People put filters over their videos on. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
No, the thing I hate the most is when you send someone photos or a video and they post it on Instagram and they don't crop it right.
Oh my god. They cut it off the head of
it.
Oh my god.
Especially in the video, I'm like, yo, you can, you know what I'm saying? Like,
just hit the little thing in the corner.
But I don't think people got the process to like edit videos badly as they butcher like photos sometimes. Yeah. Is it like you said, the cropping thing? I'm like, bro, all it takes is 2 taps to get the full body in there, but you got your hat. I don't know.
I had a photographer for my skincare line. We picked somebody out of New York, my best friend. She models and does like media interviews and things like that. So I'm like, oh, she'll pick a good photographer. Like, she got him, he sat in the chair in front of us and did like this and didn't move any of his angles. Like, we had to ask him. Yeah, and we still got decent pictures for our website. But I was like, you could have came to Virginia. Like, I could have just paid somebody in Virginia for this. He didn't move. until we said something. Then he started to get up. And like he had his own studio and stuff like that, so I knew he knew what he was doing. And the pictures, he edited the pictures great, but it was like, why aren't you moving?
That shit crazy.
I'm not used to people not moving around.
I think the
I mean,
problem
I
with
was
that
too.
is like some photographers think using the camera is just more of like being a photographer when like photo work requires being a
You really need to
too.
know what
Like
the
you
fuck
need
you
your
doing.
own direction with
Like
that too. Like,
ISO,
And
exposure,
feedback.
all that shit.
And I feel like, especially in the photography world, people are moving more to just using like the After Effects or like Lightroom, Photoshop, all that stuff, and not actually learning their camera body. They're just taking a photo and then correcting all the problems post.
And he did say that too. He was like, "Oh, we can just fix that on."
Exactly.
And I was just like,
why not fix it the first time?
that's the big like.
So I occasionally do like, I've done like 3 or 4 photo shoots. So I always have a pre-model, like a baby model, you know, still in the model room. I'm a premature model, okay? I like to do it. It's not something I would do like professionally, unless you know I got chosen or whatever. But I like to do photo shoots. It's fun. I feel like I have a creative mindset. So I had this photo shoot that I did, and because I was invited to it, and I got there, and I've been to a lot of photo shoots. I've been in photo shoots, so I can tell how things should be run. The photographers weren't really trying to do nothing. They weren't trying to get certain angles. I basically ended up directing a good amount of the photo shoot. And the person who was over it and stuff, who it was like his brand, he was literally sitting on the side the whole time in his phone, not correcting anything. I'm like, if this is your project, this is your baby, why am I doing this? Like, why am I positioning the women to do this and that? Why am I creating like different scenes? And then like, it was the location that we were supposed to do it at. I guess we didn't get permission for it, so we had to move to a whole sidewalk and everything. And it's just, organization is so key, and it makes everything way more easier. And I just feel like the photographers weren't really completely into it either, because they weren't like, I don't know, I've seen how Kees works, I can assume how Tar works, you know, like I just know how things should be done, and it just wasn't done. So like, if you're gonna do a project, make sure you're really putting your all into it, like you're taking it serious. Like these things should be your baby, basically. So yeah, that's my little thing. That's your question, Caitlin.
That goes right on top of like just taking this shit more serious than like the actual people.
Exactly. That's just stuff is
Oh, look,
crazy.
if someone's paying for my services, I'm gonna give you 100%, depending on the project or whatever. I get where guys coming from, whatever. But at the same time, if it is your brand or your product, I know for myself, I would be 100% tuned in, making sure it's exactly how I want it to be.
If I'm part of something, I'm not about to be part of nothing. I was like, I'm not about to be part of anything that looks crappy.
You don't
like,
want your name
Because your name, that's your name, your
Yeah.
brand, your reputation, all of that. So
exactly.
You don't want your name attached to nothing bad. If you gonna come to work.
Exactly. And that goes with anything like visual work, creative work, like
Yeah.
it's still work. Like it is a job, but it is a passion too at the same time. You gotta treat it like a hustle in the business.
you're being
People
trusted.
get that, people
You're
get
being
those
trusted
two
with
lines.
someone else's vision.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you gotta help create.
You know,
come to life.
Everyone has a part.
This is what I know how to use tools simultaneously. You know, everybody mentally, visually, and just all of stuff like that.
Yeah, so my question to you guys is, okay, so being a videographer, photographer, model, what is a pet peeve? Because we just posted on our page like the top 10 things you don't need to say to like a photographer. So I want to know, like, even for a model, like what are some pet peeves that you guys have in your craft that's like, it's like a trigger, like don't even say that shit to me.
Don't make people uncomfortable.
Someone has to go first, 'cause I'm really
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I've always had pretty good experiences.
Yeah.
Like shout out to Chad Lucas and Ashton. Like they're really great. They make me feel really comfortable. Like that's a big thing for me.
I will say I had a friend, the guy came from Virginia, was in New York, and I think I put him on to shoot my friend or something like that. My friends worked with other photographers, and she was like, he didn't really give me any feedback. She was like, I couldn't tell if he liked the pictures or if he didn't like the pictures. And I was like, well, maybe he was nervous. I was like, but when we take pictures, he doesn't really say much either. So I think for some models, they want feedback. They want to know, like, if they're doing good or they're fixing their face, like they need to fix their face, or yeah, and you don't gotta hype them up like, oh, you look bomb, but just be like, okay, this is working out, or because she was just so lost, she was like, I didn't know if I was doing good or not, and that kind of messes with your confidence a little bit too.
And then the energy's gonna be all
Way off.
But I know for like videographers and photographers, I know y'all hate when people like, can I why can't I have my pictures back the next day?
First of all, you know how long it takes to edit a video? I mean, mind you, I can get it done in a day. But if you're not paying for all that, then you're not getting it back in the day.
Or can I get the raw? Can I get the raw?
Can I get the raw?
Because they don't even know how to edit this shit.
Exactly.
Like I'm very, very, very detailed when I edit. If you've seen like some of the work it's a long process. So if you're not getting it back in the day, like, yeah, like someone just texted me now, like, you almost done the video? Like, we just shot it yesterday, bro. Like,
Right.
give me some time. Like, it's gonna get done. It's not gonna be a week.
I can imagine that being irritating. Like somebody like, hey, can I get a sneak peek? Can I get this? Can I get that? Like I
think. Do y'all state that already though? Like,
No.
What do you mean?
Because
You automatically expect them to know it.
is it just like a silent rule?
I typically give you like a turnaround time.
okay, that's what I mean.
It's not like a
But I'm not gonna have you out here waiting a whole week for a video. No.
Right.
It's gonna be
Because I feel like, I feel like it is an unspoken rule, but you have to remember there are people who are like first time getting their pictures taken. Maybe they don't know like all that really goes into it. That's why I asked. Cause I would ask like, okay, how long is it gonna take or whatever, and I wouldn't hit the person if they tell me by a certain date or whatever.
Yeah.
If I don't have it the day after that, then I'll hit you up like, hey, what's up? You know.
And then it also like it also depends on like what type of the shoot it is. Like if you're just doing like a beach scene or an alley scene, that's not gonna really take me too long to edit, color coordinate, contrast, this, that, third, lighting, boom.
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing like a heavy artwork, like if I'm like with like putting you in like the galaxy or editing you real
Some
crazy.
green screen.
Yeah.
I want to float on the moon. I want it back in the first 3
I got
hours.
it on the phone.
You said me was crazy.
I'm telling, and that took me a while because I get a little trigger happy, so I took like 300, 400 pictures of a girl just sitting on a white flash drive, and at different hand movements because you don't know which ones
All that shit, it matters.
Yeah.
All that shit matters.
So,
I think my bad. Go ahead, brother.
she hit me up 3 days later and was like, so can I see what you got so far? And I was like, when she texted me, I was in mid edit, and if she had saw what I was working on, it wouldn't have clicked to her. People get discouraged at photos that they don't see the full product of yet, and that's why I don't like showing work early. I want you to see it in its entirety when everything comes together and makes sense.
It's like a bigger picture to it.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel that. I think my biggest pet peeve for like that kind of thing. I think my biggest pet peeve is people trying to price your work for them. Like,
Right, no.
or something like that. Like,
200?
no, because I think what people don't understand, like with photos and like different work that goes into like visual art itself, a lot of people don't understand like how much camera equipment really costs, like lenses and stuff like that.
I spent $600 on an adapter piece just to hook my lens to my camera.
That's it.
And you think I'm about to do your video for $200?
Alright, I have a question. So, being a photographer, I got an experience. I got an idol myself. So, I know y'all have the top 3 people y'all look up to. So, what is the number 1 person y'all look up to? And why do y'all look up to?
Dave Myers, hands down.
Nah, you got it. I need you to say it again and then explain why.
Fucking Myers. He's a legend. I mean, a lot of people don't. He did a lot of stuff with Missy Elliott coming up, but like, I guess like with the new technology and everything now, like the videos he's done with TDE, all the recent stuff he's done with Travis Scott, like, it just amazes me the creativity that goes. Like, I can't picture what goes on in his head. Like, how do you come up with half this stuff?
And it be fly.
Like, what?
You said Missy Elliott, so I know
he did a lot of
Travis
Missy
Scott
Elliott
is
stuff.
ridiculous.
Like, I mean, you seen all the recent Travis Scott videos he's did, all the big Kendrick videos he's done. I mean, the guy is a genius. And he's done movies. He does a lot of stuff, man. He just
Makes you want to tap into his head.
trying to
Guys.
break me something off.
The thing about being I think about being like a visual artist, like when you see shit, you be like, damn, how the fuck did they think about it? And you gotta think about all the people that's great at doing things. And it's like, when people do things and they challenge themselves to do it, you know, when you come about doing something, you're scared to do it because you've never seen someone do it before. And the thing that makes people original and like great is their originality. Do shit because like no one's done it before. That's why when Ye was coming up and he was doing shit like when the shit he was producing, he was putting like hype orchestra.
I think that's the beauty of art
hip hop,
itself,
like like all together.
If there's no boundary, there's no guidelines, there's no rules that you have to follow with art. If you think it's dope, do it.
Do that shit.
Simple as that.
I learned that like whatever rules that's involved, ball that shit up and just like build off of your own intuition, like your own foundation. Like you can use the same shit that's like the formula to getting shit done, but like just
Put your spice on it.
yeah, fuck all the rules and shit and just
Imagination.
go hard.
What would you say your favorite inspiration to you is?
Well, I don't look at a lot of photographers as inspiration because I fear that, and it's just my way of thinking, that their way of shooting is going to influence my way of shooting, and I want mine to be completely 100% organic and me. So I don't look at a lot of photographers as inspirations, but I don't know his name. I don't want to butcher his name, but it's the Japanese designer that does that colorful flower.
Kashi?
Yeah, yes, man.
Sir.
His designs, the new Air Forces he just did. Oh my God, bro! Things like that you don't even think of. To put like pockets and zippers, like to make your shoes bag. His way.
Even though it's so small, it's still just the aesthetic of it.
It's the fine details of things that people don't really get into. They just want a good thing that look good, but what detailed about it that people gonna remember.
Pokes out to you.
Yeah, just
What's gonna separate it from the others?
and his art museum that he just opened in Thailand. That's amazing. The artwork that he got going up there and working with Virgil. Like for the off-white furniture that's in there is one of
And
a kind.
IKEA, that shit.
Yeah, I just found out IKEA's something
IKEA has off-white.
Yes, they do.
The one up
I
there.
don't think it dropped yet, but
They got
We gonna be in line.
They got green grass and some other
They have it
shit in
here,
there.
wet grass.
They got the wet grass.
Oh,
It's already out.
It's like different pieces.
They already selling this shit.
They got
It may not be at every
I was
IKEA.
online, I didn't see.
You gotta go to the
Man,
store.
go to the store.
They got it in there though. 'Cause I'm definitely
Go to the store, cash register, ask them for a
It's a
burger.
horrible time to be living with my mom. Damn it!
I'm not been good at just keeping it in the basement with the
What a
rest of my
time to be
furniture.
broke.
That's crazy. IKEA. That's how we filmed the episode.
I like
selling
to,
kidney.
If
Like,
it's more than my rent, I'm buying
Haley,
I
papers.
just wanted to know who your inspiration model wise, because we have a lot of like, it's like models, and then we have like social media models. So I want to know like how far, like, does your history come with model as inspiration wise?
So, that was the last one, and I was thinking, like, what am I about to say? Like, what's my inspiration? I'm going to start off with Tyra Banks. Like, I grew up on America's Next Top Model. That was my thing. I watched it faithfully. Okay? That was my thing. I was like, I'm going to be a model. I don't know how. I don't really know what I'm doing. But I know I'm not supposed to pay for pictures, and I'm not supposed to give anybody money. Like, that was one thing Tyra Banks pushed all the time. Like, so, I mean, I definitely, like, still work with people, but Tyra Banks is the best. Like, I feel like I like her because she also moved into hosting her own show. She went back to school. I think she got, like, a business degree at Harvard or something like that. It might have been, like, an honorary one. But either way, she put that, she put the effort forward and producing as well. So I'm always the type of person that right now I'm not on one thing. I'm on multiple things. Now, it's important to master one thing before you start moving on to other things. But I enjoy that she's just didn't stay in one box. And even modeled after getting thicker, because that's a big thing now. Like, anybody can model. And it's true, anybody can model. So I would say my icon would be Tyra Banks. And that's it.
I